Welcome, guys, to the best podcast in the world. Clear your throats well, clear it well. You know, we all have hustles. We are connecting our hustles even through this conversation.
No be joke.
You know what I mean?
No, if you saw a bad review, what do you think your approach would be to address
I've seen
that?
a bad review before. I just used my account to apologize and said she should come for us to do a new service for her.
In the previous episode, you guys might have noticed I wasn't around. Someone tried to take me off, but I'm back.
Like, why would I go and sign up because people are dancing
on the
for
streets?
what?
Yeah.
And then
So this guy owes me. We go out and there's the guy chilling. And right, I was buying bottles for me.
Actually,
Hey,
you ever can tell your client. And that is, I'm sorry.
children are watching.
I'm sorry. To me, being on social media is exhausting.
actually.
Stay by plan, Accra, stay by plan. All the boys, all the girls, for stay by plan. Stay by plan, stay by plan. All the boys, all the girls, for stay by plan.
Hi, guys, welcome back to the best podcast in the world. Ignore all the newcomers, the fakes, the posers. This is the real place. We even bring people from their own podcast and they come on this podcast. In the previous episode, you guys might have noticed I wasn't around. Someone tried to take me off, but I'm back. I'm back for my sports. Things are back to normal. Thank you. Before I go on and introduce the people I'm with, we are shooting this at Skate Multimedia Studios in Spintex. Please, just look, you guys, please tell them, how do you see the place?
Why are you looking at me? It's amazing.
It's amazing, right?
Yeah.
What do you think?
Oh, then they form.
And they form,
Actually,
yeah.
You know, the funny thing, when I walked in, I wasn't sure whether it was a recording studio
Charlie,
or someone's
yeah. It's
some
crazy.
makeshift
It's
hotel.
crazy. So yeah, Skates Multimedia Studios. Check them out. So yes, guys, let me introduce my co-host. My real co-host. Forget the other person. Some other person did.
No,
but
so
this is the real
I'm
one.
I'm not sure about that.
No. You're better. So yes, Jude, please introduce yourself.
Charlie,
to
it
the
feels so
people.
good to be. I'm Jude Duncan, City FM, Channel 1 TV, host of Saturday Breakfast on Channel 1 TV, Sunday Breakfast as well, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Super
That's
stuff.
prime time on Saturday. So
Yeah.
he's not a small boy.
Oh, no,
He's not a small boy.
I beg, I don't want to manage my small corner like that. Yeah.
So yeah, welcome to Stay by Plan. And then to our guests, I'll start with you because you're close to me.
Okay, my name is Princess Amdia Berland. What am I supposed to talk
What do you do?
about?
Who are you?
Oh, okay. So I am a content creator, an influencer, and a business owner. I own two brands, D Organics and DS Studio. D Organics is a hair care brand, and DS Studio is a salon. So that's basically what I do.
Okay. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
But you also do some other stuff like, don't you have a podcast or something?
Oh yeah.
yeah.
You see, right now I'm hustling, so the jobs are plenty. Sometimes I forget some. I'm even a YouTuber.
Yeah, you are. Yeah.
I'm a lot, but
It's
yeah,
fine, it's fine.
I'm winging it in Accra.
Yeah. Ask for you all that.
Okay, so my name is Bubu Bano. I'm a digital marketer.
Yeah.
So I work full time and also I do consultations for people, small businesses, big businesses, help them with their digital marketing, strategies, plans, and all that.
Just the person I need to talk to today.
Incredible.
So yeah, welcome guys
Thank
to
you.
the best podcast in the world. Clear your throats well, clear it well. Yes. So guys, I have a quick question for you guys because something happened to me recently. I went to town and somebody I saw that owes me money was having fun. I want to know, have you guys experienced this before?
Not really. Yeah, because when people owe me, I don't see them again. Like, it's
What about if you see, because this happens to me before, like you open Snapchat, but the person is not at home.
Yeah.
You are hungry, you're at home.
yeah.
But they
Like,
have your
I don't
money.
see them having fun, but I see them tweeting. Like, once you owe me and you tell me, okay, 25th. Once 25th pass, everything you do annoys me. So even if you tweet cry, you're annoying me. So that tweeting that you're tweeting to me, you're having fun. Because you could have used the data money to pay some. Yeah, that
hear
is, but I
that.
don't see them in town.
I hear that.
Yeah.
What about you guys? Have you experienced it?
Well, mine was quite annoying, but at the same time exciting.
Yeah.
So this guy owes me. We go out and there's the guy chilling. And right, I was buying bottles for me.
Actually,
Hey,
I get home and it's like, oh, cha, I settle you that.
I'll make it make sense.
Bro, that's
No, like I'll go vex. I'll go really vex. It makes no sense.
Accra
do
boys,
well.
we have to do better. We have to do better. Jude, what about you?
Hey, Charlie, if you don't even have the money, so someone do kind of owe us. But yeah, I mean, I think I've had that experience before,
Yeah.
right? Where someone owed me, but it came with a reasonable explanation. So he was having a naming ceremony, right? Yeah, you make that slide, right? Not because of some small money. I'm not gonna name my baby. That'd be
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And eventually he honored the swear, except that was a long time. But the system hot,
Charlie.
so you know if we really fault,
Yeah.
So we try to give some grace.
All right, guys, please, if you're owing, pay.
Yeah.
Pay. Times are hard. Pay. So yes, guys, today we're talking about the entrepreneurs, and that word is always hard for me. The entrepreneur's guide to marketing. And as we mentioned, we have a digital marketer. Hey, digital marketer here. English is not our first language, you guys. Somebody keeps teaching to us. So yes, Boo, please. I want to ask you first. Before I ask you guys, when you first heard the word marketing, like what came into your mind before you learned about it?
Okay, so I think for me, when I heard the word marketing, what came to mind was basically creating awareness. But marketing goes way beyond that after I got to learn about it, basically. So when you talk about marketing, basically, it's more about the exchange of value, basically, because I have value, you have value. And marketing has to do with the fact that we are trying to exchange those values, whereby I'm trying to upsell something to you. And then in turn, you also get what you want from me, basically. So that's the whole concept of marketing. But most people, when you talk about marketing, what comes into mind first is the marketing communication. We have to do much more of the awareness and exciting part, content creation and all that. And the ads that we see on social media and on TV and all that. Yeah.
Nice. And you, as an owner of a hair, and by the way, your hair is looking sweet. It's fresh.
It's given.
I don't really talk much, you know.
How long ago did you do it?
Today.
Today.
Yeah. I did it for you
all the best for
guys.
Stay by Plan. Oh my god.
You know?
Because it's the best podcast. But yeah, as the owner of hair brands,
Yeah.
tell us.
So with marketing, it wasn't really my thing till I started like selling. So when I started like researching into marketing and how to market my product, it wasn't really just like what to do to appeal to the audience. It was like first running surveys to see what is missing, what you want in them, what people want, and how people like how I can give what they want, and then how to promote it or advertise whatever I come up with. So that was what basically I learned when I started like selling my products. Yeah, that was
Jude, may I
marketing
ask
for
you
me.
questions as well? Even you're my co-host. I also feel like you have a lot to offer. So even you as a primetime TV show host, one of the biggest stations in Ghana, one of the most sought after men on TV.
I'm not sure about that, but yeah, go ahead.
How does marketing work in your field?
I mean, it's essential to the growth of every kind of business, right? If you want to thrive, if you want to scale up, you need to be able to offer that value. And I agree so much, and like how Bubu puts it, I mean, right on its head, is the exchange of value. So what are you giving and what are you expecting in return? So it's literally the lifeblood of every organization. If you don't market, you run to the ground, right? So it's so important. And Bubu, like I said, with your explanation to its broad theme or understanding the concept you put behind it, what then do you say is the most important aspects to marketing?
Wow. I think every part of it is important, and it depends on the stage you are, the objective you are trying to meet and all that, because most people talk about the piece and all that. Your products are important, your promotion is important, your placement and all that. So I won't call one single thing and be like, this is the most important part of marketing, because at every point in time, it's helping keep things afloat. It's like having a table with 4 legs. You can't have one leg, just 3 legs, and expect the thing to stand. Definitely it's going to fall off. So every part of marketing is important to make sure your business runs well and able to basically get a full commercialization thing done, basically. Yeah.
You know the funny thing with Ghanaian businesses, when conversations around marketing come up, right? So for a lot more brands, it's about like, Charlie, let's gather some people, get the trailer track, put some speakers on it. Then people are like a whole float.
I
Then
don't
they are
know.
choosing Soloku. You know
Yes.
Soloku
I would like to. I don't know how they would calculate the effectiveness of such a campaign.
activations. Yeah,
But I personally, maybe
You don't see the
target
need,
markets. Maybe.
Exactly.
No,
Yeah,
you,
that's
like,
what-
it's-
but you are not the target market. though.
Exactly.
Like
Because when I see them, I'm vexed. I'm like, you
people
are
on
making
social
noise.
media are not the targets. I've asked about that before. DWP people really do those kind of advertisements. So I asked, I was like, why? It was like a bank, and I was like, why would I go and sign up because people are dancing
on the
For what?
streets, yeah.
And then they were like,
It's true,
the
it's true.
market women. They went to the market and then they danced with the women, and then they'll start having conversations
Actually-
with them. But they won't come and meet me and be, what are you dancing to me for? So they have studied that, okay, these people, this is what they want. They want the dancers. So when they come, so
they call it Soloku. Yeah, so like jams.
Yeah.
Proper jams.
Yeah.
And Charlie, sometimes they do so much that when it gets into the evening, now it's free for all. So like the whole community, everybody.
Yeah, I mean, now that we've spoken about it, it kind of makes sense because it's something that will stick the brand in your subconscious. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
think
I get it.
BTL below the line marketing is very important to trade activations.
Charlie, or
Very,
bottoms,
very
no, or bottoms, no.
No,
For some
very
of us-
important because as you are saying,
he looked
it's
at
a
me and
target-
nodded like,
it's a target market
I know.
marketing. So
So wait, what's BT below the line? So I'm assuming there's also above the line, right?
Exactly.
Ah, wow.
Yeah.
You see me have sense, guys.
So you there for
So what does that mean? Like below the line?
okay, so below the line basically is marketing that is done. Also, let me start from above the line.
Above the
So
line.
above the line basically targets your mass reaching media, social media, TV, radio. With just one single ad, thousands of people can hear it. But below the line is much more localized. So like the Sununku happening basically in an area, just about maybe 1,000 people are there to experience it. So that's more below the line. It's much more coded. So like below the line, that kind of level. Yeah.
incredible
Makes
stuff.
sense, makes
You know,
sense.
I'll come to you, but I just want us to stay a little longer with Boo Boo because of some of the insights you're offering. You talk about marketing in its broad sense, right? But there are also very different aspects to it, right? So you have people doing it online, you have people doing it in person, you have people doing it over the internet, which I believe is digital, right? So narrowing it down to digital marketing, what exactly does it entail? If you're able to offer some insights.
So basically, digital marketing will be any form of marketing that happens over technology, basically. So over the internet, on our phones, basically, that's digital marketing. So it covers both social media, websites, search engine, and all that. All that comes together to form digital marketing.
Great.
Yeah.
Wow. That makes so much sense because it's digital.
Yes, exactly.
I hear that. So would you say social media influencers and content creators are digital marketers in a way? Because people pay them to market their products and services.
Yes, yes. So they are medians or media, basically. The channel being used. So of course, they help when it comes to digital
The
marketing.
intro next time, you know what to add?
A
Digital
median.
marketer or a digital marketing media.
Oh, Charlie,
Zoo.
no, right.
Let's put it out there.
I'm telling you.
Wow.
So yeah, you run a business, a very successful hair business.
I'm trying.
How's it going for you?
So far so good. I feel like I have like an advantage because of the social media platform I have, and then the social media knowledge I had before starting the business. Because when I started the business, I had people don't believe a lot of things on social media, and people also believe a lot of things on social media. So first I thought about it, what can I do to make people buy the things? And since people believe, like people like, oh my gosh, she's so real, so then I cut my hair so that we all grow the hair together with the product, so that you know that
Yeah,
this is
experiential
actually-
based.
Yes. So this is how actually, so I didn't have to talk too much. And two, like I was thinking about, it's a hair growth product. Hair growth products need about 3 to 6 months to work. I don't have time to like go and tell an influencer to do that right now, unless like you have like a crazy reach. And that time I didn't have money to pay that crazy reach. So I knew about Instagram marketing, the thing you pay, and then I had two
Sponsored
videos,
ads.
sponsored ad, that had 2 videos that hit 1 million. So it was my own video that I posted with the hair growth, like 1 month, 2, like those kind of things, and then they hit 1 million. And from there, at some point, I didn't have to even, once I post that, oh dear, we are doing a sale or something, that's so I don't have to advertise too much because of the way I decided to market it, which is like be with people. It's like watching somebody grow. So people watch the hair grow, and then now they know that okay, this works, this is that. So that I feel like I had the advantage because of the knowledge I had and me being like an influencer.
Yeah, so you are still in your... How long have you had this business for, by the way?
For the hair growth business, I think 5 years, and for the salon, it's been a year.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to share your age.
I'm 26.
Okay, so you started way earlier than most people.
Yeah.
What inspired you to... Because let me even tell you, some people may not know. When I met you, she was dealing in Okada, like bikes.
Charlie.
I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
No, are you a rider? Are you a rider or you a
I had riders. Like I wanted to make
But you
money
ain't riding
from
yourself.
that. No.
Yeah,
No,
you
I had
have to be
bikes.
sure.
I had bikes when I was in uni.
Yeah.
Was it Okada or it was for...
I'll give you the bike.
Dispatch.
Whatever you want to do, you can
Just
do.
bring
Just
my
bring me
money
my
back.
money at the end of the week. You
Wow,
can do
that's
Okada,
nice.
you can do dispatch. I've given you the bike. Just bring me money at the end of the week.
Charlie, that you started cashing out how long?
I want the money.
So yeah, so someone who started in bikes, or let me give you a nice name, public transports, and now you're like a hair business guru and everything. What inspired you to switch from that line of work? Because it's very different fields.
Yes.
What inspired you to move into this field?
So, first of all, the Okada thing or the public transport thing is quite difficult, and I was a student. Riders going to places and ruining the bike and you having to fix it, like it was just too much stress. And sometimes we used to do deliveries too. You give them the package and the delivery guys will be somewhere and they'll be
Charlie.
calling you, and I couldn't keep up with it because sometimes I'll be in class and stuff. So I decided to sell the bags. And the reason why I moved into hair care is because I had a YouTube channel and I did like the hair growth oil and then I posted it for free. The procedure, this is how I do it to grow my hair. And people were like, oh, we don't have time to look for the ingredients. We don't do this, we don't do that. But still, I was like, with my experience with the Okada and the stress, I was like, no, I don't have time for business right now. Then 3 months or 4 months later, like there was this social, I feel like I've said this story so many times. There was this social media issue that happened, and like I got 2 minutes of fame. So within, like, if the incident happened today, I cried today. The next day, I started selling panties. I started selling this. I sold soap.
Yeah.
Me, I wanted to get money from the people that had followed me. Then I was like, my followers told me that I should sell the oil. So I archived the video on YouTube, did the oil, and I got 10 bottles. But demand, like, you have to flex with your product. So I had 10 products, but I told them that I have 100 hot cakes. So people should come and sell. So people should come and buy. Then the 10 got finished. I wrote 30 minutes out of stock. So pre-order right now.
Wow.
So that when it comes next,
You know, it's an amazing story of like turning adversity into like a really blooming success story.
Yeah.
Interesting. Bubu talks about creating value. So I want to ask you also about how you do it, right? What would you say your most important value is in all that you do?
When it comes to my business.
Your business. As a digital marketer.
Not DL Studio, as a digital marketer.
I mean, because you market what you do at DL Studios,
Okay.
right? So what you say has been your most important value you've learned over the years? Consistency, I don't know.
Transparency.
Yes. Easy.
Transparency with like the audience, transparency, because it's very important to be transparent with your audience and the things that you do, so that they don't have like some kind of expectations. So for example, people don't come to DR Organics to come and buy hair growth, or you're thinking that it will grow their hair in 1 week, because I'm telling you, it is not realistic. So then when you get it, you have enough time to use the product, and it's going, because if I tell you it's going to work in 1 week, it's not going to work in 1 week, but it is going to work in 3 to 6 months. So if I tell you this and you already have this idea, in 3 to 6 months, you see growth and you tell somebody that, okay, I bought the product and this. But then if you're expecting it in 1 week and you don't see the result in 1 week, you tell somebody that it doesn't work, and then people will know it doesn't work. So it's all about transparency when it comes to both being an influencer and then being
A digital marketer.
yes, because when you're an influencer, you're transparent with your audience. When you post a product, there are people that are still not going to believe because you're an influencer. That's it.
Yeah.
But at least 90% of your audience believe you, it's like good. It's like power.
I like the point you make about being transparent to your people, right? Because it's everything. Honesty is the best policy, really.
Yeah, Bubu, so is that a thing that you guys encounter a lot in the marketing field, like false marketing? I think that's what they call it, right? False marketing.
Yeah. So that's so true. So when it comes to marketing, basically, it's about building your brand also, which comes with trust, basically, right? And if people do not trust your brand, they won't basically do business with you. They'll come one time, come and buy it, the next time, they'll move. So in building your brand, you have to have that trust, transparency, and all that, which plays a critical aspect in any form of business, because you want that repeated purchase, basically, will coming back and all that. So that's
It's very interesting hearing that, because even we at Stay by Plan, I feel like we are very transparent with our audience, because sometimes when we are tired, we say, guys,
Yeah, bruh.
you're tired, like, and just understand for us, like, you know, like I feel like, and that helps people kind of to connect with you more, like you were saying. And I think that's another thing that I've noticed about you, is that you're very real. Like you said it earlier, you're very real. So people, even if let's say they don't necessarily need the product, it will kind of stick in their mind, because the way you would promote it or the way you'd market it. Today, our term is marketing. The way you'd market it, you know, is very different from how, I don't know, a big brand, I don't want to say any brands, a big brand would do like a whole TV ad and do this and that. But you would market it in a specific way that makes people feel like, you know, I like this girl. Because of that, I'll buy this product. You know what I mean? So good job on that.
Just to add, I think for most businesses, like small startups, they like doing a lot of false advertising, basically, whereby just to pull in the numbers, it'll be like 1 week, 2 weeks, this will work. And they start, and after like a month, they're like, "Well, not buying from me again. This ad is not working. That's not working." And you ask yourself why.
Because you were lying.
You're lying from the beginning. You're basically lying.
I know.
People will, and you see the comments. Like now, when of social media and everything, it's not like first whereby as soon as I put an ad in maybe a news or something, just one person they see it and they're unable to give feedback or anything. Now social media, as soon as I go on social media and I buy something, I can go back and be like, this guy's a liar. Don't buy for him. All that. So you have to understand that because of social media now, there's that exchange whereby I'm no longer giving information, but I'm also receiving information from my customers. And if people are giving information that you are not trustworthy, it's going to affect your business. Which leads to it being collapsed after a short time. So
Princess, I'm there at Bearland, right?
Yes.
Am I in trouble for mentioning the full name?
No.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Interesting. Let's talk to me a little bit, right, about resilience, right? So you sell products, hair care products. It's doing amazing on the market, I believe, with all the necessary regulatory approvals, I believe, as well. Great. Has there been any time where, you've had a really difficult situation with what you do, and how did you navigate that? Maybe,
or like a bad review or something.
Yeah, or a bad review.
With the hair products, I've not had a bad review because
Charlie.
nobody has told me anything. The only feedback I get, maybe delayed deliveries.
Okada riders again.
I can't I've tried everything, but I'm in Ghana. You can't.
The work ethic is just
somebody
terrible.
will do something, because we first we were taking orders on WhatsApp. Then we started with websites. Ghanaians don't like websites.
No, they want the
WhatsApp.
Quick,
So sometimes, like the delivery guys, even if you spread the delivery, it's a lot. So as for that one, I've just come to terms with that before you say the delivery guy, start saying sorry, because they might receive it, but the delivery guy insulted them or something. These are things I can't control. Or sometimes my workers, let's say somebody orders 2 oils, then they receive just one, but that one is we just send it. That comes with the product part. It's been 5 years, so I have I understand the business and I know what to do. But with the salon, it is like something new. It is something different. It's working with multiple people at the same time, and it is not even customers. It's even with the people you are working with. Your worker can have a bad day. Your worker can tell your client. And that is, I'm sorry.
Children are watching.
I'm sorry. But your worker can tell your client anything, because they don't own the business. If you start cash, you go and look for
a different salon.
Sometimes. So that is the reviews I've gotten sometimes with the way certain workers have spoken to some of my clients, or there was this time where my supplier had bad curl extensions and she didn't tell us, and we used it for clients, but my client doesn't know that it is my supplier that gave me that hair extension. I'm the one that's going to receive the heat. But it's all about how you navigate it so it doesn't blow out of proportion. The client doesn't know, so you just have to say, I'm sorry. It's not that they're coming to explain that, no, you just have to take the blame and then just like, so these are the petty.
I'll come back to you on how to create value, right? But still, because that's an interesting opening into this conversation. Talking about creating value still. I like the way you put it, right? So sometimes it's not necessarily your fault, but let's talk about user experience, right? So maybe the person is a brainer, or you say brainer, you understand. The hair, some no day, but Charlie still no, you want to use the product. So have you had that experience before where like, so it's not necessarily about the quality of the service, but for some reason it just doesn't happen with this particular client, and there's a scene.
So before we sell a product to you, let's say if you come and tell me that your hair is breaking, I'll ask you, what are you doing? Because I can give you the product to grow your hair, but the same practice that you are doing will still break your hair. So first I'll ask you, what are you doing? Okay, you have to cut out this, that. So we have conversations with, unless a client doesn't ask me, most of the clients, they already know what they are doing. But those who take time to ask us that, what should they do? So honestly, nobody really has told me that.
I feel you.
Unless they told the worker and then I don't know about it.
Well, you know the funny thing, there was this time where there was a conversation on Twitter, right? So they are like, a lot of ladies, when they are doing their braids, some people even confided in me, and Charlie is not going the way they expect. They can't say anything, and they are just quite enduring the pain, only to leave the salon
and be upset
and go and cry to their boyfriends and their self. I'm like,
oh, so you're talking about the salon?
Yeah, initially the hair products is fine anyway, but like, have you even experienced
the salon,
that?
Yes. So
but like, make it make sense. Somebody's fixing your hair.
Yes.
The person is not doing what you pay,
and you're paying for it.
and you're paying for. It's not like free service. No, Charlie, some way.
I really urge people to tell us, but not everybody has the vim. It's not as easy. If your mama is trimming your hair, it's not like
Do you stop it?
No.
When I was younger, when I was like 14, 15, I'm vexed. I can't say anything. I'll go home with some.
No,
Now you have to say.
So do you have like clients later come back to complain to you, or they do it online? They do it via your socials available?
Some people, some people text me if they have issues that this and this is what happened, especially when they come and they realize that I wasn't at the shop. They text me that this and this is what. So there was this lady that came. She wanted the hair on her. Can I say here? I don't know why I can't say.
Say that if
But she wanted the braids on her butt, but then when they were braiding it, she didn't stand. They didn't make her stand, so they braided it to her
waist
level. So when she told us that, I told her to come back. We unbraided the ends and then we
did the
just
extension.
added like to reach her butt. So sometimes we get complete. We are not perfect. Nobody's perfect. Like, you have these kind of downsides. It's just how you control the situation.
But as a digital marketer, if you saw a bad review, what do you think your approach would be to address?
I've seen
that?
a bad review before. I just used my account to apologize and said she should come for us to do a new service for her. I've seen one video. That was the curls issue.
Okay.
I just messaged her. I didn't message. I replied to the post that we are sorry that this happened. So come over to the salon. Then we'll do something else for you, or something you like for you. That's basically what can I do.
So riding off the back of that, as we know, times are hard. Have you ever had like people come and try and do their hair on credit, or they'll do it and then you turn around and they've gone?
Oh, they've gone where?
I saw a video on TikTok recently where this woman goes into a wig shop. She's looking at the wigs, she's trying on the wigs, then she just puts one wig under her shirt and then she just goes out. Like, have you had anything like that?
So sometimes when clients buy the hair products, especially on WhatsApp, once they are done paying and everything, then they'll call their network provider to reverse the transaction.
Charlie. That should be criminal.
Yes. So it happens to a lot of vendors. So there are some businesses that have even started something where you pay to the app when the customer receives it, then but it's long.
Yeah.
But the network providers nowadays they call you and tell you that this and this is what is going on. Then you'll be like,
No. Some way.
That's not
yeah.
happening.
One day I'll not send the products and I'll not even give them their money. Don't see.
Alma talks about how she deals with a bad experience, a bad user experience as a digital marketer. From a technical standpoint, is her dealing with the process, her way she goes about it, is it the best available way to address not too good user experiences when they come up?
Yeah, I think as far as it's out there, they are doing something wrong. We are all learning basically. A business or a client is just like a human being. We grow, we learn, we get better. So of course, when you realize that something is going wrong with your brand and people are telling about it, I think that the best thing to have is something go wrong and someone actually reaching out to you and telling you that I came to your salon, I came to your shop and this went wrong. You should appreciate it. You can say thank you to the person because feedback is very, very difficult. And when you get them, you should actually use them to better your business. So of course, you go ahead to engage the customer, apologize, and then you see how best you can resolve that issue, not just with the customer, but then coming back to your workers or the people you're working with and find solutions that best help to mitigate those issues so they don't want to reoccur. So it doesn't become an everyday thing.
Yeah.
So for example, now it would be like when you come, let's measure where does your hair, is it 10 inches, 20 inches, you measure and they use that to actually braid. So you don't have that coming back. So it's always a learning process. And I thought that was a great way you handled it by reaching out to the person and then help solve the issue basically.
Yeah, so we want to come to you. You've worked with big companies before, and you also do freelance digital marketing. What's your experience been like working, in the corporate world versus the freelance world? Like, what would you say are the major differences?
I think the major difference would be the resources available to you. I think for big companies, resources are there because, of course, they have a marketing budgets allocated that you're using to actually help with that marketing. But with smaller businesses, some do not have that budget. They don't even see the essence of having such budget, and that's where the issue starts. So first comes resources. That's the major thing. And I feel for most smaller businesses, they always have the notion that marketing should come later and all that. But I feel like during your growth period, you should understand that you need to promote your business. Awareness is there, is important. You necessarily don't have to break the bank to market your business. You can use your friends, you can use your family, post this for me, post that for me, and all that. There are other ways to go about marketing that makes it much more, let's say, cost-friendly, depending the kind of business you are, basically. So that's basically the difference. That's what I have realized so far.
So I feel like now digital marketing has become dominated by social media marketing, or at least everybody's focused on that part. But then, and a lot of people, when they hear digital marketing, that's the only thing they think about. But tell her, like, what else is there? Because the internet is vast.
Like, very, very big.
Yeah.
So most people forget the fact that social media is just one small aspect of digital marketing.
Yes.
If right now, maybe your phone gets spoiled or something, you quickly go to Google and go and type, how do I get my phone fixed? I think it's recently that most social media platforms are adding search functionalities to their pages whereby you can actually search for relevant content. But it used to be on Google search engines. And so most people forget that. And I think it's about always finding avenues whereby you can meet your target audience. So for example, when it comes to cars and all that, people are trying to search information on the internet. How do I get this fixed? So there's a blogging also coming in whereby you have to have content on social media where when people type, for example, I have this particular car, having this particular issue, your name pops up and you're able to contribute to the person solving the issue. Then the person also gets to know that you actually help or have the service available. So there's a broad aspect of the digital marketing people are not focusing on that I feel like we need to call attention to. For example, the blogs, when it comes to search engine optimization, having your website getting well optimized and all that.
And yeah, go on.
I mean, it's quite interesting the way you put it. It feels like there's probably a whole lecture on its own, right? If you decide to delve into it. Will you say in Ghana, digital marketing has gotten to a point where it's self-sustaining, right? So, for example, can somebody just carry him or herself as a digital marketer and be able to like fend for himself, fend for a family? Is it sustainable now?
If you are able to keep your relevancy for a long time, because you can be popping right now and then maybe your content will finish, or the reason why you are relevant, like people will move on from it, because you can be making money, but then people also move on from stuff early. People get bored of stuff early. So I just feel like whatever money you are getting right now, you should invest it in something, in case there are some people that are fortunate enough, like 20 years now, they've still been relevant, they are still popping, they are still getting the gigs and everything. But you never know your luck.
Yeah.
So you can depend on it right now, but you still have to like put the money into something. I feel like you always have to divert the money, the audience and the attention into something right now, so that even when it gets to a time where you are not as relevant, or to me, being on social media is exhausting. Being on social media is exhausting.
Relatable.
Creating content is exhausting. I don't like it. I don't even like being in the public eye. So if you're somebody like me, it can be sustainable for you, but then you want to quit this sometime.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be talking all the time.
So if I
creating
get you
content all the time,
correctly,
yeah.
as an influencer,
Yeah.
you can do it, but leverage on that to
Yes.
build other
Other
sources
things.
of income.
Yes. So
Wow.
that you can just sleep sometime. You can just decide not to be in the public eye sometime. You can have like a private life sometime at some point in your life. But if you are somebody that likes being popular,
Then go ahead.
you can go ahead and like
Wow. Bubu, do you agree with our influencer friend when she says that do it, but build on it or leverage on it to do something else for yourself? It's
Yes.
a sustainable model.
Yes. I think digital is growing quite big. I think the numbers show it for themselves. Now more people are using phones than ever. We have more people on social media platforms and all that. And no matter what, people are here to do business. People want to make money, and whatever channel or platform gives to them, they are going to use it. So it's about how you're going to capitalize on it to make the best out of it. When it comes to influencing, for example, it's about staying relevant, she said. You can't do the same thing over and over again and expect that you have to move up the ladder. What's next? Are you going to create? Are you just going to be a brand on yourself, or are you just to create another? Are you going to create a bigger brand whereby you are not necessarily that brand, but your name stands for something? So it's always important to look at things from that perspective.
Yeah.
It's always important. And when it comes to smaller businesses, basically in the field of marketing or digital marketing for them, they have to make sure that they don't build their brand based on their persona, basically. So, for example, I am Bubu, and people don't know my business, but they know me. You should try to separate the two, so your business can stand on its own without you. At the same time,
Very true.
God forbid, though, but then your brand can fall whereby something happens and now people are blacklisting you. You don't want that to affect your brand.
Yeah.
So it's very important to have that clear
Yeah,
distinction.
but I feel like it's a very difficult
Yeah.
area
Yeah.
to navigate, right? Because like some people are what they are because of their brands, right? So it's difficult decoupling the two. So maybe you can just throw a little bit more light on how to manage it, because some people are their brands.
Facts.
So imagine, I mean, if you sing and now you are not really getting the shows, or you got popular by singing through videos you were posting on social media. I struggle to understand how you are able to say, okay, this is Zoo,
Yeah.
the podcaster,
podcaster and the
and
singer.
this is Zoo,
So I think,
the party
okay,
freak.
So I get where you're coming from. I think you're looking at it from the
party
person who
Yeah.
is the brand.
Yes.
But I was talking about businesses and the brand. So for example, let's use Amma for example. She has a business.
Yes.
And she's also an influencer on her own. So she has her own brand, but she has a business whereby she's selling her products.
But her business is named after her. Is that a
Yeah,
mistake?
no, it's not a mistake, but they are two different entities, basically.
yeah.
There are two different entities, and if she builds the DR brand well,
Yeah.
it will be known for what it stands for. Good hair products, right? And Amma Belan stands for something different. Popular, fun,
What does it stand?
transparent
What does Amabella stand for?
brand.
Oh my
That's a brand.
Yeah.
What does it stand for?
Oh, Zoo, don't why?
Well, I see you put that on the spot.
Ah, why would you
Like,
put me
you
on the
try to
spot?
buy time to think about it. But Mama, you should know.
Okay.
You should know.
So my brand is basically being relatable to an audience, because I feel like with the place I started from, which is Instagram, it's just like about aesthetics and everything. So my brand is basically there to let people be who they are. That's why I'm sitting here right now. I don't have makeup on, because you don't necessarily have to do, like, it is not
I didn't even do the thing. Yeah,
I have eyebrows.
it's
A
not.
lot of eyebrows.
So it's
But this
natural.
is lashes. I have
Yeah.
lashes on here too. But then it is like I am on my social media with cornrows on. Like I don't care about those things. I don't. They are the influencers that will do that for you. Wake up in the morning, do the this, do the that. Me, my own is I wake up in the morning. I'm
I
looking.
feel does that, yeah. She open the curtains, be. I'll show you evidence.
My brand is basically I'm just here to just be relatable to a lot of people, that you can be not be aesthetic and still be who you are, and then still make it.
So
live your life.
resilience for you.
Oh, it's not resilience. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say resilience, because resilience is like I'm through the storm.
Yeah, but-
I'm
yeah,
here.
but
But,
to get-
like I'm over the storm long time. Right now it's just
no,
about
say over the storm.
She did very cool.
right now it's just live your life.
That's
Just be
right.
happy. Just live your life. Don't do too much. If your own is aesthetics, be aesthetics. If your own is just live a normal life, you don't have to, like, nobody's chasing you. Just feel free. That is basically my brand. Just be yourself and just feel free. That's my brand.
Be you.
Be
Sounds
you.
Sounds
Just
who
be
you
you.
are. Real.
Yeah.
Real. Yeah, you inspire me to be myself. Yeah.
Charlie.
Jude, what's your brand? You're asking people questions. You need to answer the question.
Charlie, when I went to City First, I was doing football. I was doing a lot more sports.
Okay.
So that's how I actually started going on air. I was doing some social media at City First. Then I got put on some of the sports program, and I built a sort of reputation as that Chelsea guy, right? So I'll come do a lot of Chelsea agenda, and I mean, it just took off from there. So yeah, I think, or I believe strongly that people should have opinions, right? Everybody should have an opinion. You should be interested in everything that's happening around you, or some of the things that happen around you. So I try to get a lot of I had so many apolitical friends, like, growing up, people who just didn't care about anything that was happening around them. So I tried to create the value for them to see that, no, you should be important in the decisions that are made about your future, leaders who lead you, what their priorities are, what they are using your monies for, and stuff like that. So that's how I'm trying to position myself, even on social media and with the work I do as a journalist, really.
Yeah, the reason why I'm asking you guys is because, we are all here having a very important conversation. As we are speaking about ourselves and all these issues, we're realizing that we are similar in a lot of ways.
That's true.
And, we all have hustles. We are connecting our hustles even through this conversation.
No be joke.
You know what I mean?
No be
I have to throw it
joke.
back to you, Boo Boo. I also want to know, what do you think your brand is? Tell us. So we can connect our hustles better.
So basically, I'm a creative.
Yeah.
So I love doing everything. I started with graphic design.
Okay.
And from graphic design, I entered into snake design before I started entering into content creation and became a digital marketer. So I just love creating stuff, and that's what makes me happy. So I'm trying to build a brand around that, whereby it's all about being able to see things that people are not seeing, and go to create something interesting out of it. So to sell ideas and sell things to others. So that's what the brand I'm building. Yeah. I see myself to be the next greatest digital marketing guy.
Charlie, Boo is a big man.
I mean,
He's a big man.
guys,
Charlie.
What more do you want? What more do you want? So yes, we are not done yet. We have a couple more points we want to touch on before we wrap it up. So I'll come back to you. You have a lot because she claims that she's been asking to come on the podcast for a while, which is not true. It's not true, but today we are here.
Asking. God has
I mean,
brought me here.
to be fair, she has a really interesting story, right? So not many people are able to do it like she's done, turning lifestyle, your way of life, literally into a livelihood. It's big. Yeah. I feel like we if a lot of people are able to catch that understanding, a lot of people would find themselves in or who find themselves in jobs they don't want. So the unemployment situation you have in the country and the employment situation you have in the country will be much better, right? If people are able to understand the way she's done it and follow suit.
Yeah. I want to even touch on that. Or you go and I'll go.
Yeah. So when you're saying that, what came to mind is having a plan and having a strategy. I feel like in marketing, it comes there.
By plan.
My plan.
Staying by plan.
Yeah, stay by plan.
Continue.
Stay by plan. So basically, having a plan and having a strategy, I feel like it plays a critical role in every aspect of life, especially when it comes to marketing, it comes to business and all that. And to be able to get to a certain height, you need to be able to realize where you want to go, having that goal. So first, by starting by writing down your goal. What are the objectives you're looking at achieving? And this cuts across. After that, what do you need? What are the resources? Who are you targeting and all that? So it comes to your audience targeting, your resources you have, pull it all together, and now going step by step towards achieving that. And I feel like when you have that, you should go to get anything done in this world. You can land on the moon.
Charlie, I hope people are
Not be
taking
small
notes.
Neil Armstrong.
I hope people are taking notes.
Is it was it Neil Armstrong who landed on them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to misinform public. But yeah,
I think it was him.
it was him. Charlie, sure.
It was him. But yeah, so
Wow.
even to building on what you guys have both said, like for me, I feel like one of the keys or one of the goals for a lot of people is finding fulfillment in the work that they do. And I think when you find fulfillment in your work, that's when it doesn't feel like work.
True.
You know, because it's like, this is the thing that makes me happy. Like when I wake up, I don't really want to do anything else. Like, I don't know if you are fulfilled by your hair business, but it's like, when I wake up and I see that the person whose hairline was here last week
Is managed.
then I'm happy. You know, you wake up and you go on TV and you do your Chelsea agenda. Politicians,
Not anymore.
like,
The team a cast.
Ah,
Yeah,
it's
team
a
cast.
man.
A cast small, but we are coming up again.
yeah.
No, we have ice cold Palmer.
We
Ha,
did.
Charlie.
So yeah, when you go on and you do those conversations, you feel fulfilled. Like, okay, yes,
Yeah, true.
when I've had a long day at work, but still, like, I'm happy. And you as well, like changing people's brands, putting people in a better space in the market through your marketing.
Yeah.
What would you say people need to do to be able to find that sweet spot of like, yes, when I wake up, I'm sleeping, or maybe it's my day off, but I want to work. Like, how do we get to that point? Are
I'm
you
not there yet.
How can you tell us a story?
I'll never be there too.
For real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel I have this, you know, when you ask a lot of people what keeps them going and they take out the money part and say it is the passion. I feel like once you turn your passion into a money making thing, you can ruin it. Like, it's a thin line. It's a very thin line.
I agree.
Because when I posted my hair care, like the way I did the oils at first, easily on YouTube, I was happy. Wow, I've created the content. I've put it. Once money came inside, and now in the morning, please, I did. Please, this, that. Like it now, it has become.
Yeah.
Yes, and then with creating content, as for the hair care brand, I love it. It's my baby and stuff. But when it comes to the influencing part, sometimes you have to provide some content. You've not done your hair, but you want your hair to breathe, but you still have to do this. But when I started, I was just posting for fun. But right now, it is like a requirement. So then it is a chore now. So it is becoming difficult because brands don't care that, oh, you just posted today. They want you to post tomorrow. And when I was doing it for leisure or just because, I was doing it at my own pace and at my own time. It is something that I like doing, filming, editing, and posting and everything. But once payment comes, once it becomes a transaction and everything, it means that you are answerable to somebody. And once you become answerable to somebody, it's a job, and jobs are not fun. Working is not fun.
I like the connection. Yeah.
It becomes like you're being answerable to somebody, because sometimes you just want to sleep. If I was doing it because I wanted to, I can't sleep 3 days and come and post it. This one, nobody has paid me. I'm doing my own thing. But now that you've been paid, you have a lot of things to catch up to. Then now it's not fun anymore. But I would like to know what is keeping. If your jobs are still like fun for you because of the passion, I would like to know, and then go back to the drawing board and try and make all this fun again, because it was fun at first.
Yeah, you know, last week, so for example, we had Quabbles and we had Dr. Wolf, right?
Yes.
Wolf, Edwin, come on and tell us about how it's important to, of course, money is important. You need money to grow. You need money to scale up. But it's also about understanding your purpose. And for me, that's central in what I do as a media guy, right? So, yeah, you want to earn a salary. You want to be able to take care of family. But it's also saying that you are changing the narrative, right? Yeah, creating value in the sense that you are able to communicate in a way and speak truth to power. You are able to get people to understand why leadership is important. And for me, in the grand scheme of things, these are what really matter, right? So at the end of the day, somebody said, okay, a certain perception is changed. See, the problems in this country is crazy. Of course, our leaders need to do a lot more better. But there's also a mindset problem, right? So being in a space or in a media space and being able to contribute effectively to making people know that we need to do better as citizens, and then see some change in the way citizens approach certain issues is what keeps me going to a large extent.
Wow.
So step by step.
Charlie, that's so
get
inspirational.
there.
I wish I had your.
Oh, Charlie, don't do this. Don't do this.
I like that. I have to throw it back to you. What about you? What's that thing?
I think mine is change.
Change.
Yeah.
I think as human beings, we keep evolving, we keep changing. And it's about having that deliberate effort whereby you understand yourself and you keep on changing according to time and season. So today, as you're saying, content creation becomes boring. How long can you keep something boring? You have to change. What's the next thing you want to do? Don't enter into production, create a movie or something. You move. So me personally, it's about always finding that next level that keep me exciting. I started from graphic design. I moved to photography and all that. I'm trying to now learn how to fly a drone. I'm always trying to keep that change happening in my life, whereby I always have something to look forward to, something new to learn. And that's where I find that sweet spot. And I try to keep that synergy whereby everything is related to that bigger dream. So it's about having that plan and then keeping everything steady, one day at a time, changing and all that. And it makes life exciting, makes it interesting and all that without having that boredom.
Yeah. Charlie, guys, I've learned so much today.
Zoo, what keeps you going? You want to run? What keeps you going?
I was trying to run away. Hey! Charlie,
Actually,
it's always a hard question for me to answer, but because I feel like I don't know, it's just hard to like put it in words. But I think I relate with some of what you are saying. I relate with it because I've done things before that it was a passion. I'm like, oh, let me make money from it, and then you get some clients who be telling you some. Charlie,
wait.
I don't want to do this thing again. Like, I used to do graphic design. I don't want to do it again because that's one of the fields where the feedback in Charlie, see, if you're a designer, God bless you.
And everyone that they pay said it is trespass. Charlie.
So yeah, I relate with you. But yeah, I think I would say just change. I rock with the change one. Your level of change, you have not reached there.
We'll come. Make you know. No, but to be fair, you're creating so much value for people with what you do on this podcast, right? So yeah, you entertain people, but people listen to your podcast and they are able to take very key life insights and life lessons. So that's a big thing on its own.
So yeah, that's my. He answered it for me.
No, that it be major. Charlie, see, it be massive. So Charlie, let's keep it going. People for employment.
Oh yeah, you'll be our PR guy because you are saying the things.
You for make me assistant production.
So yeah, let's wrap up, guys. Thank you guys so much for joining. As you may know, I hope you know. If you watch the podcast, you know. We like to do some things before we close. Who would you guys? I'll even ask you as well. Who would you guys like to hear on Stay by Plan or see on Stay by Plan?
John Dumelo.
Hey,
Charlie.
he said, "Okay, yeah, we can have him depending on what he wants to talk about."
Yes, I want to. I feel like you guys ask like good questions, and I want to get into like understand like people and stuff, so you can like ask certain questions.
John DeMello, please, you have a request, so please come and sit down here and let's talk.
He didn't ask me about the music.
I'll come there. Oh,
Charlie.
I'm just trying to prove that I watch.
So who would you like to hear and see on Stay by Plan?
I think it will be Paluta.
King Paluta.
Yeah. I think that guy has gone through a lot when in terms of where he started from where he is now.
Yeah.
And I want to hear his story, like get to know what kept him going.
If I come,
these are really good suggestions.
Super.
And then guys, what song or songs have you been listening to
No.
that you'd like people to check out? Yeah.
So this is actually an old song, but then I went back to it and then I've been like liking it a lot. It's Mona Lisa by Lil Wayne and then Kendrick.
Yeah, that's a good one.
It's actually very good. And then I'm listening to the Victoni album. And then I'm practicing for the concerts, Black Hole's concert. So I've been listening to his songs because I don't want to go there and not know what to sing. So yes, that's what I'm doing right now.
What about you?
Very local, Yesu.
Yes.
Yeah, the by is it
Beast Trap.
Yeah,
Beast Trap.
Is that the one with
see.
Sarkodie?
No, that's a solo one.
Amen.
But he has a different one, Sarkodie.
Okay.
It will be strap day form. Yeah.
They got it right.
That's nice. That's nice.
It's right.
And Jude, how about you?
Yeah. Some of us are old school, right?
Me
But
too.
just put us on anything better music will be fine. Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah,
That's nice.
it'll be
That's
fine.
nice. So yes, guys, you saw it here. You heard it here. The best podcast in the world. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We've had a very fruitful conversation. We've been speaking about connecting hustles. We've been speaking about marketing as entrepreneurs, as business people. As business people. Oh, wait, so guys, can you say it?
Entrepreneur.
An entrepreneur.
Don't do this.
The word is hard. Okay.
don't do this.
But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining us. Look out for the next episode of Stay by Plan, where it's going to be me alone again because I've taken the podcast back to where it belongs. Thank you for joining us. Bye.
Bye.
Stay by plan, Accra, stay by plan. All the boys, all the girls, for stay by plan. Stay by plan, stay by plan. All the boys, all the girls, for stay by plan.